welcome back to Live Green. And now home gardening has become a huge trend right across the world. And here in Qatar, home gardener Omer Cheema has created his own urban jungle, but with a twist. So Omer, thank you so much for joining me today in your beautiful home garden. Just tell me, how did you get started?
See, we always had a garden back home, and that was one thing which I was missing a lot. 2005 onwards, I was doing gardening, but then I think in last 6-7 years, I want to do something different, and that was have some exotic plants.
So what was the inspiration?
Nature is something which always inspired me a lot. I love the beauty around when you have some nice greenery. And I think my other inspiration was my parents, because back home they used to do gardening. They would actually tell us to, hold a water hose and water the plants and everything.
So we live in a desert climate. Mm-hmm. Is it actually easy to grow in Qatar?
No, and yes. No, in a sense, yes, we all agree. The weather is not the perfect around here. When we talk about weather, it's mostly about the summers we're talking about, where the temperatures are soaring around 40 plus, whatever, which are not very suitable for the plants, for some of the plants. Yes, the reason is there are plants which can grow in this environment. It all depends on how much time you're willing to give to the plants.
You've actually chosen a plant that is quite a classic European plant,
True.
The rose.
True.
And I mean, I would imagine a lot of people would think it wouldn't grow here in Qatar, but you actually have quite a few growing here. And do you find it easy to grow?
Yes, roses, it's a weakness. And I think it's everybody's weakness, This is one plant which everybody loves it. And I took that as a challenge. It is, to a certain extent, it is difficult. I've lost a lot of roses as well. It's always, you learn from your mistakes.
You're saying that a lot of people get discouraged from growing because plants maybe not growing well enough. What kind of advice would you give to people if they want to garden, but they're worried that they don't have a green thumb?
Okay, coming down to the green thumb, honestly speaking, Kim, I don't believe in that. I think everybody has a green thumb. Everyone. Yes, you learn from your mistakes. For me, I look at the plants and I look them as my kids. I didn't have any past experience of raising the kids, but you start learning from the mistakes, you take special care of them, you start noticing if your child is sick or not. Similarly with the plants.
So your story is actually really inspiring others to take up gardening here in Qatar, because you've set up a Facebook group where you share your top tips and also photos of your garden in a hope to inspire others to take it up. What has been the reaction of the group? How are you finding it?
When I created this group, the purpose behind this group was to give them a platform where people can get together, share their experiences. There's a lot of other people who are doing beautiful gardening, and I learn from them as well. We can help others to have a better garden. I always tell people, let's work together, make this planet green. And that is the forum which I actually decided, and it worked well actually, and so far it's doing well.
So why do you think home gardening has become such a huge trend here in Qatar and also across the world?
If you compare that, living in the rural areas and then moving into the urban, that made a lot of difference. No matter where you come from, and especially talking about Qatar, people come from different part of the world. And I think the people were missing that, and they were looking for that opportunity. Plus, there's a lot of awareness which is happening. Then people start following others and then start noticing how beneficial it is.
You said that you're particularly into outdoor gardening. What happens if you don't have an outdoor garden? You live in an apartment or flat and you've got a balcony.
You can do gardening in a small place also. You have a small balcony, even 1 or 2 plants. That makes a lot of difference. When I started doing gardening, I was actually doing hydroponic indoor. So I was growing tomatoes and other vegetables. So you can do that.
So can you actually grow all year round in the desert?
You can actually. There are certain seasonal plants. Yes, they depend on the season. But like the roses especially, you can keep them for years.
Well, thank you so much, Omer, for showing us around your beautiful garden.
You're most welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thank you.